It's me, Ikanisha, your favorite boutique consultant, and today I really wanted to talk about these 5 things because I felt like this was much more important than MailChimp and Shopify and all that I've said I'm going to be bringing to you all. That is coming. I just have to actually get in the mood to film those 2 videos because it will take a little bit, more of my time than usual when I film a video. But anyway, as you all know, I have been helping ladies start and grow boutiques since September 2018. So it's been 3 years almost that I've been helping ladies. So I have some ladies, well, majority of them that I helped back in 2018, early 2019. Many of them are not in business anymore. If I go to their Instagram pages, they are non-existent, or they have stopped posting years ago, things like that. So between that and between all of the messages that I get in my inboxes and the questions that I get and doing audits on Instagram pages and websites, all that, I just wanted to come to you all to let you all know the top 5 things that I am noticing currently as to why a lot of boutiques are failing, and why if you don't fix these issues, if you have any of these issues yourself, you are most likely going to fail as well. As you all know, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to let you all know the real deal, because this is not an easy business, and people jump into it thinking that it is easy when it's not, which is actually part of one of the mistakes that we're going to talk about. So listen with an open mind, an open heart, and let's get right into it. So the very first thing that I am noticing that a lot of people are not one. I'm sorry, I said that all the way wrong. One mistake, number one mistake that I'm noticing that people are doing is they have no target audience. They have no clue who they are selling to. They didn't create a customer profile or a target audience profile or avatar or anything like that. They just hop right in it and decided to start a boutique. They don't know who they're selling to. So if you don't know who you're selling to, that means you really have no structure and no guidance when it comes to your boutique, because your boutique is for your customer. It is not for you. It is for other people. So if you don't know who your person is that you're selling to, how do you know what to do and how to maneuver through your business? You don't. So that means you have no brand identity, which you actually need, because that means you don't know how to post on Instagram. You don't know what pictures to post, because you don't know what photos will appeal to what customer, because you don't know who you're selling to. You don't know how to structure your captions, because you don't have a brand voice, because you don't know who your customer is and how to talk to her. You don't have really any strategy whatsoever. So you have to, from the get-go, figure out who you're selling to. Because if you don't, you're going to do the next mistake, which is buy whatever is trendy or what you like, instead of buying for your customer. If you are someone who loves, let's say you love tshirts with little cute sayings and maybe sweatpants, something like that. Let's say that's what you like, so that's almost all you buy. And then you just so happen to see so-and-so boutique have this really cute blazer right here, for example. So you decide to buy 3-4 of those blazers too. Your customers end up buying up all of these blazers, and your t-shirts and sweatpants are left untouched. That means that your customer does not like that stuff that you're liking. You may like to be casual and t-shirts and dress down, but your customer, or whomever attention that you've been grabbing, likes stuff like this. So you need to buy for your customer, not you. If you are someone right now who has a shit ton of inventory and you don't know why it's not selling, that is probably one of the reasons why it's not selling. It's not selling because you don't know who your target audience is or your ideal customer. So therefore, people are not buying what you're selling, because you either don't know how to post, you don't know how to speak to your customer, and you're buying the wrong stuff. So it's just going to sit there. And then you're going to end up having to mark it down and lose money. Or you're going to have to give it away to the Goodwill because you can't get rid of it. So another thing, when it comes to you buying whatever is trendy or whatever you like, you also have a website or an Instagram page full of inventory that doesn't make sense. It doesn't flow together. It doesn't look like the same person. So when I worked in actual clothing retail, whenever I would get a visit from my district manager and we would walk through my floor, the same saying would get said throughout the floor. And also, when I worked at Route 21, I was in charge of setting up other stores throughout the state and different states surrounding North Carolina. So one thing that I had to say, which would be repeating after my district manager, is when you look at a rack of clothing or a wall of clothing, it should look like the same type of person is going to the same party. So if you have someone who is wearing this blazer, and then you have this particular shirt, and then you have a swimsuit top, and then you have this hoodie, does that look like the same person? Not really. Are they going to the same party? Are they going to the same place? So you may have someone who, has that kind of style where they can rock whatever. Okay, cool. But at the same time, you still need to know what that person would like. So for example, with me, I don't really dress down like that. My version of casual is not the same as everyone else's casual. I didn't start getting casual until I got pregnant with Cairo because I had a really hard pregnancy. So I wasn't really going anywhere. So I had to start buying, leggings and yoga pants. I didn't wear stuff like that. When I was around the house, I'm normally clothesless. I don't like wearing any clothes around the house. So when people ask me, how do you relax? What do you wear? Nothing. Unless my stepkids are home, then I have to pop on something. But yeah, so being that I am one of those type of people that will wear kind of like whatever, but it's a certain type of whatever. My casual t-shirt is not going to be the same casual little t-shirt that anyone else will wear. I will wear a t-shirt that is not going to be plain like this majority of the time. I just got this, like I said, this is from leftover from when I was pregnant. So it would be something like, maybe tie-dyed or printed and have some crazy picture on it or whatever. That's my version of casual with some cute wedges or some little cute block heels. That's my version of casual. Whereas someone else's version of casual would be sweatpants. I don't do that. So you need to make sure that your collections as a whole, your website and inventory as a whole, it needs to make sense for who you are selling to. Stop buying whatever the hell you want to buy. Stop getting whatever you think is cute. Stop getting whatever you see all these other boutiques selling because you think it's going to sell for you. It's not going to sell for you because you don't know what you're doing. Their customers are going to flock to them because they know them. Okay? So, the next thing, I am noticing that a lot of people do not think post-launch. They don't have any future thinking. They're not thinking about what's going to happen after launch. So therefore, you're so worried about launching that you're not thinking about how are you going to get rid of all this inventory you just bought? How are you going to find customers? How are you going to gain followers? How are you going to gain email subscribers? How are you going to contact your people? Are you going to do emails or text? How are you going to grow and get people to get onto those lists? A lot of times people do not plan at all. They have no plan whatsoever whenever we speak, and they're just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing if it's going to stick. You can't do that when it comes to a business. Before you launch, you should have a plan in place of what you're going to do your first 60, 90 days in business. Because majority of the time, you're not going to hit it right out the gate and start making tons of money. It's not going to happen unless you have some kind of connections, you go viral or something like that. That normally does not happen. So you need to have a plan in place as to what you're going to do to promote, market, get brand awareness. What are you going to do? You can't just launch and then just think everybody's just going to come to your site and everybody's going to come to your Instagram page. They don't know you exist. So if they don't know you exist, how do they know to come to your page? I get so many people in my inbox asking me, why aren't they getting sales? Or why aren't they getting this? And it flows into the next mistake. They don't have any understanding of the boutique business. A lot of people get into this business thinking that it is going to be all about selling cute clothes, or buying cute clothes so you can sell them and ship them off, and you can sit on your floor and have all these packages around you like all these people do on Instagram. No. That's not how it works. So that is actually called flipping clothes. If you want to flip clothes, go right ahead. But when you want to be in the boutique business and grow and have a brand, you need to have discipline. You need to be organized. You need to understand what you need to organize. You need to know math inside and out. You need to be able to analyze reports and understand what each report means and what the insights in Instagram mean for your customer, and what your insights in Shopify, whatever you're using, your insights for your email. You need to know all of those reports, how to analyze them, and how to move forward for your next month. You need to know how to strategize. You need to know what marketing is and the difference between marketing and promoting. You need to know more about sales and inventory caps and all of that. There is a lot that goes into this business, and people jump into it thinking that it's going to be easy because they're seeing the easy on Instagram. People aren't posting their failures like that. You're not going to see someone like me who, I'll tell you straight up if I'm having a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, what's going on with me, whatever. Most people don't do that because most people are afraid of looking imperfect. And I used to be like that. So you need to really research this business and figure out if this is really something that you can sustain and that you can go into, because I have been working with people the past few months where I really want to tell them, honey, this is not for you. I've even talked to my mom about it several times, because I have several people that I have talked to numerous times, and I'm just like, Mom, I'll let her read the messages too, because she, she's an entrepreneur. She's had several thrift stores. She actually was a store manager for a long time when I was little, and then she has her own other business as well. So she knows about entrepreneurship. And then of course my dad is an entrepreneur as well. He's had his own trucking company for years, has like 11 employees, 6 or 7 trucks, all that stuff. So I've let her read some messages, and she's like, yeah, she's not going to make it. And I'm like, exactly. Because you all are jumping into this once again and not thinking about the future. So if you want me to tell you, if I'm talking about you and you're watching this and you know that we have talked in the past, 3, 4, 5 months or whatever, I'll tell you straight up if you ask me. But if you're not asking me, I'm not going to tell you, because I don't want anyone to be coming at me and saying you think you're better than me and whatever else. No, I just know that you're on the wrong track and your thought process is not in the right lane. You should be over here, and you're thinking about shit over here that has nothing to do with what's over here. So, yeah. So, number 5, the last mistake that I want to talk about is being inconsistent. You have to plan. And not only do you have to plan, you have to have systems in place so you work smarter and not harder. Because as a new boutique owner, you don't have the luxury of slacking off. You don't have the luxury of not posting every day. You don't have the luxury of not posting 2-3 times a day and posting stories and using Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and Snapchat and whatever else is out there right now, and emailing and texting. You don't have the luxury of slacking off because no one knows who you are yet. With that being said, you have to stay on people's minds constantly right now. There are thousands of boutiques. There are thousands of them on Instagram, and however many maybe in your hometown or wherever else if you have a brick and mortar. You have to constantly stay on people's minds. You have to remind them that you are there. Because if you are not a Fashion Nova or a pressed like Rashida or whomever else right now that has, these big name boutiques that are, immediate, that people know they want to go shop at, you're going to get left behind. So in order to stay on someone's mind, you have to be consistent in whatever it is you're doing. So you have to plan out your month, plan out your week, plan out your days, figure out what you're going to do. Sit down and have a day where you plan out and schedule all of your emails for the month. Schedule them out. If you're going to do 1 a week, schedule 4 emails. That's all you got to do, and have them sent out. If you're going to post every single day on your Instagram, go ahead and have a content calendar, plan out everything, and then maybe schedule however many you can schedule for the next week or the next 2-3 days. So that way you don't use up so much of your time sitting and working, because you need to be thinking about other things instead of just worrying about posting and worrying about what you're going to post. So if you plan it out ahead of time, you'll be good. If you schedule out things ahead of time, having systems, then you're good. So you have to stay consistent. You cannot just post whenever you want to post, send out emails whenever you want to send the email out, and then try to figure out why no one's buying from you. They forgot about you, or they probably didn't really know about you to begin with because you weren't even talking to the right person or the right customer, I should say. So once again, those mistakes are no target audience or ideal customer. You're buying whatever is trendy or whatever you like. You're not thinking about post-launch or future thinking what's ahead. You have no understanding of the boutique business, and you're inconsistent. If any of those sound like you and you're being honest with yourself, you need to turn it around. And you got to figure out what you're going to do to get back on track. Because if not, you're going to be just like those other businesses that I know of that are out of business because they didn't know what they were doing, or they got in over their heads and got overwhelmed. And once again, if you want to know if I was talking about you, hop right in my inbox. We can have a discussion. Because some people I'd really be wanting to tell them, but I don't know how they're going to take it. And I don't know how to word it other than you ain't going to make it. So, yeah, I don't know, once again, what my next video is going to be about. I will be making that MailChimp video and that Shopify video whenever I can. I do have other ideas for some YouTube videos. Oh yeah, I'll definitely make that one. So being that it is, sorry if y'all hear my son, being that it is 2021, I want to make another vendor video. I want to give you all a whole nother list. It will be some of the same vendors from my popular video from last year, but some vendors from that list have either changed their name, or they've either closed because of COVID, or, you know, things have changed. And then I've discovered some new vendors that are awesome. So I'm going to do a video. It'll probably be 10 vendors this time. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications by clicking on the bell, so that way you will know when I post. I'm not sure when I'm going to post that video. It'll probably be within the next 2 weeks when I post that vendor video, because I definitely want to get that out. So, I was going to tell you all one more thing and I forgot what it was. So